Hi, this is Brandon from thirstgym.com. Today we're talking about an exercise called the Goblet Squat. This is a progression that we use from our goblet box squat. It's a fantastic exercise to build the lower body. It's great with youth athletes, personal training clients, beginner trainees to learn how to properly squat once they've mastered generally the box squat in our programs. We really like this from a foundational movement because if we can get this strength to be so strong, then our athlete or our client can earn to use a barbell if they so desire, or if we so desire that is something we can benefit from. You do not have to use a barbell for your squats, so understand that this might be your bread and butter double leg squat variation other than your split squats or your Bulgarian split squats. This might be kind of your to-go lower body exercise in your training program, and that's entirely okay. In our facility, we have dumbbells up to 145 pounds, so if we can get a kid that can goblet squat 145 pound dumbbell, he's probably really freaking strong. So don't think that this is a regression necessarily. For a lot of kids, this can be an exercise that you get a ton of benefit from, and you can build a tremendous athlete with just the goblet squat as one of your main exercises. So don't demonize this exercise for whatever. Don't let your kids or your athletes say, oh, I'm not good enough to use a barbell. Don't worry about it. Let them know that, hey, there's a 145 pound dumbbell over there and nobody's squatting with it. So that's kind of what we tell our kids. What we're going to do here is we're basically going to provide the same exact mechanics as our goblet box squat progression that we teach our kids. So when it comes to us teaching our kids this, it's not really a difficult thing to master if we get our mechanics right on the box squat for 1 to 2 training cycles, and then we come to this. We're generally good to go, but I understand that sometimes people want to see what kind of changes need to be made between the box and without the box. So, and particularly what we do when we coach it. So when we have the goblet position here, we're going to have our feet about shoulder width, maybe slightly wider, not too wide. You know, we don't want them right underneath us, but we want them to be probably a tad narrower than what we were coaching on the goblet box squat. So if you have any idea where that is for your athlete, maybe just a little smidge in on their foot placement. We're going to start with the same coaching aspect we do with them. We start from the bottom up. So we want them to feel their whole foot. We want to root with the floor. We want to feel our knees come out. We want to feel our hips load. We're going to have our dumbbell here. And what we're going to do when our knees go out and our butt goes back, as soon as our hips unlock and our knees unlock, we want their butt to start dropping down and back just a little bit. Okay, more down than back, but we want their butt to basically end up between their ankles, but to not squat below 90 degrees for any of our kids. But basically that's where their butt needs to track, and then they can come right back up. So if we're right here, I'm going to feel my whole foot, knees out, hips back, down, drive up. Down, drive up, down, drive up. For a lot of your kids, the one big mistake they're going to, if they get the squat right, so the first mistake generally is they're going to come knee heavy forward rather than going down and hips back and knees out. The other thing is when they come to the top, they're going to have this hard extension at the back. Okay, we don't want that. So what we're going to do when we come up, we want to bring our butt forward. Okay, we don't want to come up like this. Tell them to bring their butt forward, squeeze their butt, feel their butt cheeks come together. That's pretty much the exercise right there. I mean, it's really nothing fancy in terms of what you would see from any other kind of squat variation or squat option that you have access to with your box or whatever. From a programming standpoint, this stays about the same as our goblet box squat, 3 to 5 sets of 6 to 10 reps. We might hit a 5 here and there with some of our kids that are like middle school, and we're trying to get them moving and get some weight on there. Especially if it's an accessory exercise, it's definitely reps are higher in the 8s and 10s. But just understand that your kids need to earn the right to try to get the squat pattern down. If your client has mobility issues in their ankles, I would address trying to get that as part of the warm-up and the cool down with foam rolling and different modalities. I think for the most part, if you teach your kids how to root, how to press into the floor, how to brace right, you know, make sure that they're feeling this, they good and tight, which with the goblet position, that's easier. But as long as they can keep all that in control, ankle mobility probably won't look like it exists anymore versus when you actually first watch them squat. You know, you can tell they're kind of knee heavy. Once they learn how to load this musculature properly and create that tension in the hips, all that will usually go away. It doesn't say that, not saying they don't have tight calves or they have ankle mobility restrictions, but a lot of times you can coach around that for this particular exercise. So if you've got any questions, please feel free to leave in the comment section. Thanks, have a great day.